So moving on to Zimbabwe. Yes, moving on to Zimbabwe. Sorry, Adiola, I think I have to do this one. Sorry to interrupt your show. I'm a huge fan, by the way. My people, have you been following the news in Zimbabwe? Oh, Fanta, I don't even know where to start. But all we know is that right now, President Robert Mugabe is no longer in charge of Zimbabwe. Mugabe, my Mugabe, we don't even know what is going on. The army came, they took over the TV station.
We wish to assure the nation that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade R.G. Mugabe, and his family are safe and their security is guaranteed.
And then they said that they are not after Mugabe, that they are after troublemakers around Mugabe. And then we are like, wait, is this a coup or not?
We are only targeting criminals around him who are committing crimes that are causing social and economic suffering in the country in order to bring them to justice.
Anyway, all we know is that right now Mugabe is no longer in control of Zimbabwe. The army has taken over. The word on the street is that the vice president that Mugabe fired is very close with army generals, that he's the one behind all this. We really don't know, because we know that the man also wants to be president. It's so sad that it had to come to this, that the army will come and take over. As you guys know me, I can never be in support of coup anytime, any day. At the same time, a lot of people are saying it's about time for Mugabe to step down. How long has he been there, by the way? Since 1980. For the 37 years. So people are saying it's time for Mugabe to step down. But you know, I wish he just stepped down peacefully. By the way, this whole drama started when Mugabe fired his vice president. A lot of people are saying that they are blaming Grace Mugabe, that she's the one responsible for all this because of all the atotono that she's been doing. She's been talking a lot, fighting with the vice president that was fired. But Adiola, now you can give us the background of what happened. A few months ago, this vice president that was fired, his name is Emmerson Mnangagwa. The man suddenly got sick at a Mugabe rally. Apparently, they served ice cream from Grace Mugabe's dairy farm at that rally. Anyway, this man got sick at the rally and he was rushed to the hospital. Eventually, they had to fly him to South Africa for treatment for 2 weeks. In fact, he's been back to South Africa for more treatment. So when he came back from South Africa, he told President Mugabe that he was not poisoned that day and that he didn't even taste the ice cream. Meanwhile, the same man announced at an event that he was actually poisoned at the rally. And you guys know that election is coming, and this man is one of the top candidates. He wants to be president of Zimbabwe. So saying that he was poisoned at a Mugabe rally pissed off Madam Grace, especially since she also wants to be the next president. I mean, she's not hiding it. Anyway, so she got really upset that the vice president was indirectly saying that she is trying to kill him. She's like, who on earth is Mnangagwa?
I'm the wife of the president. Who is Mnangagwa on this earth? Who is he?
Who?
Yes. My husband is the president.
Ooh, shut up. Like, you are? Seriously? So you are the wife of Mugabe?
He is an intelligent man I'm proud of.
So now you know, in case anybody out there doesn't know, that Grace is the wife of Mugabe.
The most graceful person on earth.
Shut up. Anyway, thank you, Madam Grace, for letting us know that you are the wife of the president. So after that, Mugabe and his wife attended another rally where this vice president was seated, and Mugabe publicly said that him and his wife had been insulted because of this vice president. He actually threatened at that rally to remove this man. And then when Grace Mugabe got up to speak at that same rally, she was booed because this man has a lot of supporters at that place, so she was booed. And you know, she said that day that they should continue to boo her, that she doesn't care. And then that day she said, what is wrong if she becomes the vice president? Ooh, people were like, she's not even hiding it. So not long after that, they fired the vice president. You know, the man was fired. Oh, by the way, they arrested those who booed Madam that day. You know, they arrested them. Anyway, the drama got better when the president himself, Mugabe, said that he fired his vice president because the man was trying to overthrow him with witchcraft. My people of Zimbabwe, why are you embarrassing me? You're embarrassing me. This is the president saying that his vice president is a witch. So the vice president of Zimbabwe is a witch? Father, I did not know. Anyway, you know, when this story came out, a lot of people have been asking, who is the #1 witch in Zimbabwe? Who? Hey, you know you are on your... Did I mention any... You like trouble, but take it down. Anyway, you know how people are. They like to talk. The word on the streets now is that Mugabe wants to replace the man with his madam, who definitely wants to be the next president. Meanwhile, their youngest son has been in the news for showing off his $60,000 wristwatch. As in, see, 60,000. Baba, some of us don't even make $60,000 in a whole year. So he went on Snapchat and wrote $60,000 on your wrist when your daddy runs the whole country. Yeah, no. Hey, can you blame the boy? Can you blame him? Oh, by the way, he wrote run, not runs, instead of run. I'm just saying, maybe he needs to go back to school. Anyway, maybe it would be good for him to go back to school. I don't know. I'm not abusing him. I'm just saying in case of next time. People of Zimbabwe, please move close. You guys, you are too patient. You are too patient. I love you guys. You're so patient. And then the boy filmed himself pouring a $300 champagne on that $60,000 wristwatch just to do shakara, just so we know he can afford it. So you understand? And speaking of the devil and the witch, speaking of Mr. President, an American journalist was put in prison over the weekend because of a tweet. Her name is Mata Odonova. She has been living in Zimbabwe now for years, and she tweeted that we are being led by a selfish and sick man. And then she added a picture that suggests that Mugabe has bladder problems. So you understand? That was how they arrested her. You know, they now have a new social media law that you cannot say anything bad about Mr. President. Anyway, she has been bailed, but she's not allowed to leave the country. Her case is still in court. Can you imagine the drama that this man and his wife are putting up in Zimbabwe? Can you imagine how this family is acting as if Zimbabwe is their private property? Enough is enough. The man is 93 for God's sake. Say that in English. They have no fear of God. Mugabe has no fear of God. You see, this is why some people are saying that he is the #1 witch in Zimbabwe. Not be me talker. You guys, I don't know anything. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.